Well, happy Monday. Good morning to you. Hope you're having a great start to your day. It is the Real Monica Adams Show. I'm your host, Monica Adams. Thrilled to have you along with us. We're going to get into some weather. You know, I was heading out of our neighborhood this morning and there were leaves all over the place. So something happened overnight. It was only a little light drizzle as I was heading into work in the morning. We're going to check in with our aspiring meteorologist, Beckett Moore, here in just a second to find out what happened overnight and what are we expecting for the rest of the week. How was your weekend? What did you do? Feel free to drop a comment in. We had the most beautiful Faith in the Fields yesterday. In fact, my guest that's coming on this morning, she'll give you her recap of what she felt from it. And it isn't a one and done. For all of you that missed it and thought, oh my gosh, it looked amazing, be sure to check out my reel I put together late last night and you can see a recap of what took place. It is just the beginning of many more to come, by the way. So it really was beautiful yesterday afternoon in Cottleville, Missouri. But yeah, I'd love to know what you did. Did you go by the Kimswick Apple Butter Festival? I know a lot of people were packing in and enjoying that. That's always a big time each and every year. But let us know, did you go see sports? Maybe your own kids played this past weekend. Did the weather dampen it at all? Let me know that. All right, we've got news you can use coming up. We've got some sports news. We'll tell you about some people that have passed away and some that are very young, way too young to leave this earth. But we'll let you know who that was. And then we'll get into overworking out. Yes, it's a thing. So high intensity interval training. When we talk about doing that, does that cause problems with menopause, perimenopause, postmenopause? This is such a hot topic all over social media. People are always clicking on menopause, all these stories. The problem is there's a lot of misinformation out there. So we're going to talk with Jenny Gabriel with JG Optimal Wellness. She's been a very popular guest over the last several months. She's in with us every other week. And today we're going to talk about HIIT training and how it may hamper things when it has to do with menopause. So a big show on tap for you. All right, let's get to the weather. Again, a segment we call What the Weather.
Good evening from St. Louis, Missouri, and it is a beautiful one.
Segment, by the way, brought to you by our friends, GradeWorks, LLC, Mike Vernacci. I can't wait to talk with him. He just got back from Thailand. As I said, last time I saw a picture on social media, he was riding an elephant. I'm serious. GradeWorks, LLC, he's coming back in town, and he will be taking care of all of your needs that has to do with excavating and grade work. Again, he can remove things from your property. He's got the equipment, so you don't do it. I mean, it would take you hours and hours and hours. You'd break your back. Let him do it. GradeWorksMO.com. That's grade, WRXMO.com. And thank you so much, not only for being a part of this, but furthering the education of our wonderful Beckett Moore. So he loved that idea of putting his name behind him. First of all, let's say a late happy birthday. I said early on Friday, but for those of you that don't know, Beckett is 16 now. Watch out. He's going to be out on the roads. Good morning, Beckett.
Thank you.
Hope you're having a good start to your day. How was your birthday?
It was great. It was a good time. We had our little breakfast with my grandparents before we headed out the door and drove back here.
So yeah, he was in the Memphis area. Did you have better weather than we did here?
A little bit, but we really drove through the rain heading up here.
Yeah, I woke up this morning, Beckett, and when I left the house, I was like, okay, wow, I'm normally a light sleeper, but did we have a lot of rain?
Yeah, we had pretty much that light to moderate drizzle all night, and that's what made it so wet, so foggy around the area.
Yeah, foggy for sure. I saw that a little bit this morning, and then, like I said, leaves everywhere. So he had told us on Friday. Did you tell me that you're getting your dad's old car?
Yes.
When are you getting your license?
I don't know for now, but probably this week or next week.
Well, just alert us so we can stay off the roads.
Yeah.
Just kidding. You always have to say that. Okay, so we're making plans for the week, and now we are into Halloween week. So all the parents want to know, do they have to layer those kiddos up? So let us know what it looks like on tap for today, and then heading into the holiday.
Yeah, so current conditions right now, it's 50 degrees out there. That light drizzle is hanging on, but we'll be out of here by the next few hours. Sunrise this morning, 7:22. Our sunset, 6:07. And the visibility right now is 4 miles, and that's due to the fog we're seeing throughout the St. Louis area. Again, 50 degrees, light drizzle this morning, heading into the afternoon, warming up to 58 degrees, and mostly cloudy skies. That 7-day outlook, low 50 tonight, heading into tomorrow, 60, and a 50% chance of showers. Wednesday, also a chance of showers with a high of 54. 80% chance of that. Those two rain chances are really going to help to finally wipe out the drought conditions around the area. But then by Thursday, that sunshine does rebound with a high of 57, and we continue to see that sunshine through Halloween, through your Friday, and into this weekend.
Well, wow, Friday looks nice actually. So for those of you that have your kiddos heading out to trick or treat, doesn't look bad at all. Things obviously can change around, so we'll keep an eye on that. We'll be back with Beckett on Friday. You're back to school today, right?
Yes.
Okay, so it wasn't one of these things where he woke up and then he went back to bed. Thank you for doing that, by the way. But have a great day at school today.
Thank you.
All right, that's aspiring meteorologist Beckett Moore. We love him. And again, everybody, wish him a happy 16th birthday. He just turned 16. He and his twin, by the way, twin sister Charlie. So hope they had a great one. Okay, let's keep the theme going of weather, by the way. We mentioned Melissa last week. Well, Melissa now is a Category 5 hurricane as it nears Jamaica. So this is for all of you that have friends or family that are traveling, or maybe you are. It intensified to Category 5 strength today as it neared Jamaica with up to 30 inches of rain and a life-threatening storm surge. Melissa is forecast to make landfall on the island tomorrow and then cross Cuba and the Bahamas through Wednesday. So if you know anyone, again, that was heading to or is in Jamaica, please check on their welfare, or Cuba or the Bahamas. It was centered about 130 miles south-southwest of Kingston, Jamaica, and about 315 miles south-southwest of Guantanamo, Cuba, according to the National Hurricane Center in Miami. Maximum sustained winds of 160 miles per hour. It was moving west at 3 miles per hour. Category 5, hopefully you know, is the highest on the scale with sustained winds exceeding 157 miles per hour. The strongest hurricane in recent history to directly hit this small Caribbean nation. So we will keep an eye on this and, of course, update you on all of that tomorrow morning. All right, we've been talking about weeks now that Boeing and the union have been again in the midst of a strike. So what's the latest? Well, after yesterday, IAM Union District 837 members did reject Boeing's offer. The International Association of Machinists and Aerospace Workers, District 837. The union members stated that the company has failed to address the core priorities of its workers. And I have here for you where it says, "Team, we've heard from many of you about our latest contract offer and your desire to vote on it. I'm pleased that union leaders have now agreed to follow your democratic process and let you decide your future. Before you can cast a ballot, here are 3 big things I want you to know about the offer." And it goes into a 75% increase, more wage growth, again, 45% average wage growth, as well as talking about the 401k. Wednesday, negotiations concluded with Boeing saying that union leadership would not put the offer up for vote. And then Thursday, the district said a vote would take place yesterday. Again, they did, in fact, vote to decline the latest contract offer. So it's been on for 12 weeks now. A proposed contract voted down by union members in September, and that's when the talks broke off for a period. Then they resumed recently as a federal mediator then became involved. But Boeing released a statement saying, "We're disappointed with the vote result." And then where do they go from here? Well, they'll go back to the bargaining table, and we'll see just how long this will last. I keep looking for one of you that is either affected by this. You have a family member, you have a friend. Please weigh in. I would like to know. At this point, tensions have to be really high. All right, continuing on the news. This one really caught my attention. I use these. What about you? Neutrogena makeup remover wipes. They're being recalled after testing positive for a serious bacteria, according to the FDA. It involves 1,312 cases of its ultra soft cleansing towelettes in 50-count 25-pack wipes. The makeup wipes were distributed to Texas, South Carolina, Georgia, and Florida on September 19th. According to the FDA, the wipes tested positive for this bacteria, and it can cause severe infections in people who have weakened immune systems, chronic illnesses. They're undergoing a surgical procedure. The bacterium has been linked to respiratory disease, urinary tract infections, eye infections, and sepsis. Please check out this link that I'm going to send you because, again, you may have friends or family members that are in those areas, or maybe you picked one up and you brought it back here into our area, you can contact the place that you picked it up at, again, for a full refund. But this isn't a thing where we just say, oh, this is no big deal. This could turn into a very life-threatening condition. So again, pay attention to what I just dropped in the comment section for more information on that. We also have a recall on frozen chicken. This one has to do with Hormel. So check your freezers. 4.9 million pounds of frozen chicken. Customers reported finding metal in the chicken breast and the thigh products. Hormel said that the metal came from a conveyor belt used in production. The items were distributed to HRI Commercial Food Service, which is a restaurant supply company, at locations nationwide from February 10th through September 19th. Now, there are many recalled items on this list. In fact, I think there's 5 total. No reports of illnesses or injuries, which is the good news. So one more time, keep an eye into the comment section. I'm dropping that link in for you right now so you can check to see if you have any of these chicken thigh meat, chicken breast, etc., or the chicken breast with rib meat. So there's several, and the lot codes are on those. Check the comments for all that information. Okay, this is the latest from President Trump. He said that the post is going out right now that no federal food aid will go out November 1st. The U.S. Department of Agriculture has posted a notice on its website saying federal food aid will not go out on that day, and that raising the stakes now for families nationwide as the government shutdown drags on. This new notice comes after the administration said it would not tap roughly $5 billion in contingency funds to keep benefits through the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, commonly referred to as SNAP, flowing into November. That program helps about 1 in 8 Americans buy groceries. The shutdown, by the way, started on October 1st, so we are coming up on almost a month now. 2 big stories we'll continue to keep our eye on. That one, of course, and the ongoing Boeing strike. Well, although the government is shut down, the Gateway Arts says we're going to open, and here's why. Their 60th anniversary. So despite the government shutdown, they are open at least until the end of the month, just in time for that anniversary. Saturday, groups lined to meet some of the men involved in building the art 60 years ago, and those men involved shared stories and signed autographs, so I'm glad, at least for them, that they were able to be open for that. Okay, now we're getting into our entertainment news. Did you see this one? Kim Kardashian revealing that she has a brain aneurysm diagnosis. Yeah, the reality TV star shared that news during the season premiere of The Kardashians that took place last week. She said there's a little aneurysm, and she's saying this in video footage where she was showing an imaging scan. She went on to explain that doctors told her it comes from stress, as the first episode follows the entrepreneur going to the doctor for an MRI. An aneurysm, a bulge in the wall of an artery, and they form when there's a weak area in the artery wall. Untreated aneurysms can burst open, leading to internal bleeding. By the way, the upcoming season reuniting the Kardashian family as they once again invite viewers into their world with new ventures. So thoughts and prayers going out to her. And she lived to be 100, but you remember this beautiful woman, June Lockhart, the beloved mother figure from Lassie and Lost in Space. She died at 100 of natural causes at her home in Santa Monica. Oh my gosh, I loved Lassie as a little girl. And former Jet center Nick Mangold died at 41, just 2 weeks after he announced that he had kidney disease. He was a 2-time All-Pro center who helped lead the Jets to the AFC Championship game twice. Again, his team announcing that he passed away at the age of 41. So young. All right, this is one of those scratch your head stories. So you're driving along. We told you the other day that there was a kid that left a bag of money on top of his car. People have left wallets up there. Maybe they've put food up there or a water bottle. But have you ever driven along and you said, there's a bald eagle in the grill of my car? This took place in Minnesota. Dang bird, that's what the woman said. Cindy Vagel was traveling along the highway when her eagle eye, spotted something in the opposite lane. A few miles later, she realized she had a new wingman with her on the way to church. She eventually discovered a bald eagle flapping its wings from the grill of her pickup truck. She said, here the dang bird is hanging on the front of my truck. An hour earlier, she was about 4 miles outside of where she stopped when she encountered the national emblem enjoying breakfast in the other lane of the highway. She heard a thump, and that's when she got to town and checked the front of her pickup, and sure enough, there was a bald eagle. I'm glad it was okay. Obviously, authorities came. It was flapping around, and they were able to get it off. But can you imagine What would you do? Just tell me. Drop a comment. What would you do? All right, the Blues. I watched the Blues game and the Mizzou game over the weekend. Not a good turnout for either one of them. So now we're hoping that it'll be better as they travel to Pittsburgh. The Blues and the Penguins tonight. The puck drops at 6 p.m. Red Wings, by the way, tomorrow. Two tough teams. Tomorrow, 7:15, and then the Canucks on Thursday, back at home, by the way, at 7 o'clock. So when they play Detroit, they are back in St. Louis as well as the Canucks. But tonight they're on the road against Pittsburgh. All right, raise a beer because today is National American Beer Day. We want to toast, by the way, those that serve for us in the Navy because it's also their day, and it's National Civics Day. There you go. You're all up to date. And that's what we do. If you're new to the show, we give you all the information that we think is news you can use in the first 15 minutes of the show. I'm going to say good morning to all of you. Those of you dropping comments in, feel free to continue to do so. We will interact with you throughout the show. But one fell swoop, just good morning, good morning, good morning. Oh, yeah. Stephanie just said only in Minnesota. I know. Is that a friend of yours that found that? Dot said happy birthday to Beckett. Let's see. Karen. Great. Kathleen, good morning. We had rain all day yesterday, so I spent it crafting. Linda, getting ready for a small craft show that she does the first Saturday in December. Well, hey, Linda, tell us where that is and we'll support you. Bad sports weekend, Stephanie said. Karen, good morning. Julie, Fabian, just like my guest, Jenny Gabriel, they were both at Faith in the Fields. I want to see what you thought. Julie said it was wonderful. Good morning, Linda and Julie and Karen, Matt and Sean, and to all of you. Feel free to drop in comments to your community because after all, this is your show. Let's find out what Jenny Gabriel thought about Faith in the Fields. And more importantly, this topic, it's going to be a good one. Overtraining. Here we are trying to get weight off and take care of our mind, our body, our soul. But could we be overdoing it and causing even more menopause problems? Well, I guess it's a thing. We'll talk with Jenny Gabriel from JG Optimal Wellness all about that next. Welcome to the mobile Monica version of the Real Monica Adams Show at my favorite restaurant. There's something about a coffee house that's just very warm and welcoming.
Gives you that sense of community.
What are you most proud of since you've opened it?
I cry easily. I'm thankful for everybody here.
You opened the door during the middle of the pandemic. You got the best Italian restaurant in the United States. Here in St. Louis, you put us on the map. Does it scare you? You go through fear?
Terrifying.
So how do you get past the fear?
We find something to laugh about.
And there you go, the beautiful Jenny Gabriel on this Medical Monday. If you are new to her, she is with JG Optimal Wellness, a nutrition practitioner. So attacking perimenopause, menopause, and postmenopause from a nutrition standpoint. And a lot of people yesterday at Faith in the Fields were like, oh, so what does she do? In fact, I didn't get a chance to tell her this, but the owner who hosted us yesterday is very interested in talking to her because she's like, Monica, something's happening with my hair. Why is this happening? She's like, I had all my labs done and they said everything looks fine, but it's stress related. And I was like, oh, well, that hair tissue mineral analysis she does can tell a lot. So that might be something that you want to do. Follow Jenny, by the way, on social media. She's very active. And then you can go to her website. You can set up a free assessment with her. You can join the Menopause Belly Secret Facebook page. Do all the things. Jenny at JG Optimal Wellness is her email address if you want to shoot her an email as well. Let me welcome her back from Faith in the Fields yesterday. And we laugh every time she comes in because we did not plan this.
No. It's the energy. It's like this energy we have. It's just crazy.
It's a sisterhood.
It's a sisterhood. It's 100% a sisterhood.
Well, it's also fall, right? We're feeling the fall colors.
Yeah.
So welcome. Before we get
you.
into our topic, what did you think? Because for people who didn't get a chance to attend yesterday,
Yeah.
if you can give us a couple of sentences, what did Faith in the Fields mean to you?
Connection at a much deeper level. Yeah. And just knowing you're not alone.
Well, that's a good one.
You know, I just felt like the group there was just connection there. And there was so much, you could see love, compassion, caring. I
For
mean,
yourself, did you feel like you got something to help you, whether it broke free of something for you or it allowed you to say, I can level up, or I've been seen, or he's got me?
He's got me.
He's got me.
Yeah.
I think that was, I agree. I
Yeah.
think that was a big message. And there were
Yeah.
tears.
Oh,
There was
yeah.
laughter. There was incredible food.
Oh, yes.
Right?
It was
You had never been
amazing.
there before, had you?
No, I had not. And neither had my sister-in-law. So it was
Thank
really
you for
great.
bringing her, by the way.
Oh, yeah. She loved it.
It was wonderful to see so many new faces and then people who wanted to return because they loved that. So, yes, we have held retreats there before. Stone Soup Cottage, it's now rebranding. It's called Le Champ des Fleurs by Stone Soup, and they got to walk in the fields and clip their own flowers.
Awesome.
I can't believe how beautiful those flowers still look.
I know.
Right?
Right.
And
Yeah.
so a lot of people are like, wait, you were able to? Yes, because just at the time we wanted to walk outside, the rain stopped a bit and then it just started back up. But it's one of the things that I talked about yesterday is you can have the best laid plans and you want perfection and then you have to shift.
Yeah,
I'm
but-
glad you all were able to get inside the cottage though.
Oh, yeah. That was amazing.
Yes. So if you
It was
missed
very
it,
quaint. Very quaint and comforting and just,
I want to live there.
no doubt. No doubt. Yeah.
So Nancy McConnell, thank you so much. Brittany Phelps, I'm
Yes.
so glad I was able to take you on this journey. And as I mentioned, it's not over. So if you missed it, feel free to drop a comment. And oh my gosh, I wanted to go so bad. If you missed it, don't worry. We have more to come. We're going to go from the fields to the fire. That's what I'm calling the next part of the series because it's beautiful. They've got some nice fireplaces inside. Well, that was what we did this weekend. You can let us know what you did. So it's interesting when we think, Jenny, of being frustrated by perimenopause, menopause, postmenopause symptoms, right? Women and men. I want men to watch this as well because either you might be going through similar symptoms,
Correct.
which we've talked about in the past called andropause.
Correct.
Okay,
Yeah.
if you don't know that, so you have your own symptoms you deal with, or you're the support system for the ladies in your life.
Yeah.
So that's why I would want you to listen to this. But Jenny, the very first thing that everybody wants to do is go in the gym and train.
Right, they do. And they want to overwork out, undereat, and that's just the perfect storm. And we just want to do these workouts that are going to increase cortisol levels. And that's the biggest thing.
Right.
I mean, what we did in our 20s or even our 30s, we really got to shift that when we start in through that transition of perimenopause, menopause, even postmenopause. We got to shift what we're doing. I love to use the word shift instead of change, as we talked yesterday, because shifting is a whole lot easier to do in mindset.
Mindset, right.
Right? With
Yes.
mindset. Because when we're used to just, and I was that person. I mean, I'm a
Overtraining?
Yes, I was that person.
Like
I
how
mean,
often were you? So for those of you that
lot.
don't, those of you that don't know what HIIT is, it's high intensity interval training. So just think of push, 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 push,
Yeah.
push, no release.
Right.
You would do HIIT how many times a week?
Well, I was teaching too. I was teaching classes too as a personal trainer. So I was training, I was marathon training, and then I was also teaching, you know, the weight training part, which is great, but I also taught HIIT training as part of my instruction.
And
boot
see, for
camp.
me, so how often were you doing it?
Well, boot camp was twice a week.
So
and
you were
then
doing HIIT twice a week?
3 times a week was
Three?
weight training. And then I had HIIT training in there probably a couple times a week. And then I was running 4 days a week.
One day a week. I say.
So see what I'm saying? I mean, it's like,
Yes.
1 day. And I say 1 day of HIIT, and that's like a Tabata, you know, just for example, that's like a 20 second on, 10 second off. Maybe you're doing 4 exercises. You're going to do that for 1 round, and then you're going to take a minute break, right, in between. And you may do that. Maybe that's all you do the first time, right? Maybe you do it 2 or 3 times. But here's the kicker with this, is if somebody already has high cortisol, which a lot of women going through this transition do,
Right?
HIIT is a really bad idea because of the
Why?
cortisol, because it spikes
Okay.
spikes cortisol.
Gotcha.
It spikes cortisol. And so then we're sitting here hanging on to everything.
And so there's a lot of people that might be watching saying, okay, well, should I not do anything at all? No.
No.
Right? So we're not telling you to just sit on the couch and feel like a slug and not move. You do need to.
Oh, yeah.
And you don't need to be eating the wrong foods and packing things on and eating late at night. There's all the things that we've been talking about with Jenny over the last several weeks. But from the high intensity aspect, the mindset, okay, let's get into the mindset, Jenny.
Yeah.
Many women will think, well, this is what I have to do. I've always been told that if I burn a ton of calories so fast, that's a good thing for me.
Right. Well, that's not the case.
Not with these symptoms.
Not with these symptoms, because your estrogen's declining, and that's your hormone that helps you with the cortisol. You like to kind of, settle things out. And so when that's, or even in perimenopause, when it's fluctuating so much, you know, maybe a day you hit, you've got plenty of estrogen on board, but the next time you go, it's not on board. It's depleted. Okay. And so, that's where we have to listen to our body cues, and just pushing through is not great, ladies. Or even men, there's no trophy for this, right? There's not like a winner chicken dinner thing. So you got to really stay in tune to your body. We got to make the shifts that we need to, but pushing through and doing these high intensity interval trainings 2, 3, 4 times a week is very counterproductive.
But are you okay with 1 a week?
I am fine with 1 a week. And that is, again, if women are not in what I call the archetype cortisol craver, someone that their cortisol levels are staying continuously high, their nervous system is staying in the sympathetic fight or flight stage. I mean, if they're staying at this level, then we've got to pull back off a HIIT for a while and get ourselves realigned.
Well, hey, again, if you're just tuning in, Jenny Gabriel, we're jumping right in here for you and giving you some information. I want you to share this show with all of your female friends. I don't care their age, because this is going to affect whatever level in this game that I know this is a game of life you would love not to be in, but it is going to happen to you. Perimenopause, menopause, postmenopause, wherever you are in that. I think the biggest key of Jenny just said is you have to be so in tune to your body. Pay attention to the changes. As well, have somebody like Jenny in your corner. You think of in a boxing ring. No one steps into that ring on their own. There's this coach over here telling them which punch to throw. No, back off, do this, right? So that's what Jenny is. Jenny is that coach to say, move this way, move that way, don't do this, eat this way. This is why this is happening. Let me run some blood work on you. Let me have somebody run blood work on you. Let me do this hair tissue mineral analysis. Oh, okay, now we're armed with the information of what we need, and this is what's causing the problems. Right. But again, I know a lot of you are tuning in saying, well, wait a minute, I thought I needed to work out. Yes, we are stressing. It's the overworking. It's kind of going back to what we did a few weeks back when we talked about rushing woman syndrome. Yeah. Because this is the same thing. You're rushing in life with your work, and then all of a sudden you're in the gym and you're saying, well, what if I just do the most bang for my buck, right?
Fastest.
I'm just going to be hardest, fast, and get out of there. And then your stress is still up. So what would you recommend that they do?
Well, I think we need to sprinkle in this strength training. Strength training is so incredibly important, period. But especially through the menopausal years, and I'm even speaking to you postmenopausal women too, because two of the big factors for them is they think they're already gone through it. And I was actually talking to someone yesterday at the retreat, and I said, oh yeah, but there's still things you can do to make it better, right? So, making sure we get great cardiovascular in. So that's like brisk walking, those types of things. Bring it down a notch. I know that's hard. If you've been a runner, I get it. Been there, done that. But you know what? Now I love walking because I'm able, to take in the nature. But the other thing is the strength training, bringing in at 2 or 3 times a week strength training, all right? And we want to bring in the mobility and the stretching part of this component too. And rest days, people. So you have to take at least a rest day. And if you are in a situation where you're just super sore for 2 days after a workout, then you might need to take a rest day or a walk day or a yoga day or a stretch day.
Yep. Again, because there's overtraining and there's problems with it across the board. We're talking about how it relates to your symptoms of menopause.
Oh, yes.
But overtraining, right? But that's the thing. The women, their mindset, Jenny, is I got to keep working out. I have to do it faster and harder because this is how I'm going to get the weight off. And this weight is so frustrating, right? And I'm stressed because of it. Right. I mean, you're just down on yourself, which is what we were trying to talk about yesterday at the Faith in the Fields of God says that you are, but you're looking in the mirror saying, I'm fat, I'm ugly, right? Why am I so sluggish? Why am I so tired?
Yeah.
All these things that you're overtraining. All right, we're going to take a quick break. By the way, if you have any questions or comments, or is this you, right? Are we discussing you? So many of you, and I think the thing that Jenny loved about yesterday was somebody speaks out, somebody says, oh my gosh, that's me. And then suddenly everybody else says, oh, I'm not alone in this.
They break the barrier.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, Jenny Gabriel, again, JG, Optimal Wellness, more about overtraining and how it's causing issues with your menopause symptoms. But by the end of this, I want 100% raising your hands. I'm here to empower you because you all have intrinsic value. I don't care if someone has told you that you don't. Today, we are here to make you believe in yourself.
Hi, I'm Jennifer Bonacorsi, and I'm the president and founder of J Bloom. And I chose Monica Adams to be our keynote speaker because of the positivity that she illuminates whenever she speaks. She's an amazing influence and has so much impact on these women that they are going to leave changed.
It's a constant education. Never stop being the leader. If you are given the opportunity to be, and I hate the word boss, by the way, don't we like leader more? Have you all seen that image of a boss shouting behind their team and then the leader out in the trenches? And I know there's a lot of people that are thrown into your paths, and there are people who try to squash your dreams. It could be your partner, it could be your parents, your children, a boss that you've had, but you cannot, from this day forward, I'm going to ask you to not give them power any longer. So we think it, we write it, we hear it. Think right here. Make connections today. Then pave that way. You now have the awareness. So how do you pave that path?
Your message, like at the end, you be anything but before that, be kind.
Yep.
My husband's a pastor, and that every one of his sermons, that's always within it. That be kind.
Yep.
You have to be kind.
It is.
Oh, you're fine.
Look at this. So there's an employee out there who still thinks of you because you were kind to them. Never stop being that leader. By the way, I want to be remembered for this phrase when I'm no longer on this earth. The greatest rewards in life come from the most uncomfortable walk. God meant for me to talk to you. Oh, it's okay. You, honey, have a lot of value. And someone's told you that you don't. And I was meant to be in your life today. I've always said, I have chills. Do we all have chills? God, I say, if you can have me change one person's life, then I have done your job. I'm hoping it's all of you. But see, she's not okay for whatever reason. I don't know your story, but I'm going to tell you they're wrong. And all these women believe in you.
To hire Monica Adams for your next event, email info@therealmonicaadams.com.
Welcome back. Thanks again for tuning in to the Real Monica Adams Show. This is our Medical Monday with Jenny Gabriel. I just looked over on Instagram and someone said, can you give Jenny's information again? Of course. And again, if you miss any part of this, the beauty of streaming is that you can go back and you can grab all that information that you need. But there it is on the screen for you, Jenny at jgoptimalwellness.com. You can go to her website, JG Optimal Wellness, and on social media, look for @JG Optimal Wellness. If you have any questions, for those of you over on Instagram or on any of the platforms, Facebook, YouTube, X, LinkedIn, Rumble, feel free to drop in a comment or scan that QR code. Get into her Facebook page, the Menopause Belly Secrets. A lot of great discussion takes place there. And by the way, that is your community where everyone's talking, saying, yeah, I'm dealing with that. I'm dealing with that back and forth. We're talking about movement that heals. What to do when HIIT and over-exercising backfire in menopause. So before we get to that, let's see. It was funny. Linda said, you're spot on, Jenny, as I type this from my treadmill. So she's multitasking. Marietta, love you as well. Julie said, I'm sure I will never be the person to work out too much. Julie, we do need you to move, but you don't have to do this crazy HIIT training. Rose, Jenny, I think a lot of us women put ourselves last.
Oh, yes.
We do everything for our families. She said, at least I know I do. I hate to let people down, but I just got a big wake-up call. So I'm taking all the advice in and take care of Rose. Oh my gosh.
I love that. Yay.
See, sometimes it's just repetition of we got to keep saying it over and over again. So Rose, I'm glad you're going to take care of yourself. Everybody
Yes.
else that's not commenting, it's okay. You're listening to this. Take care of you, but don't get it to where you're like, oh, I know I have to exercise because the ladies told me I need to. Let me just do this fast. That's what we're discussing today, that could create a problem. So what happens when we are doing the HIIT training and then it backfires? What happens in that backfiring?
Well, we got cortisol, right? We talked about that. So that's going to be bring on the hot flashes. Okay, so if someone's over exercising and they think they're fixing that, they're only
So
going
it's
to
escalating our symptoms.
Yeah, it's escalating symptoms with hot flashes, belly fat because cortisol goes there. We've talked about that a lot over the weeks. And then we've got joint issues are
Right.
going to happen, right? We also have energy crashes because we're just flooring it, right? We're going all out. And then mood swings, irritability is going to kick in. You know, we're going to have irritability. We're going to have slower recovery times. We're going to find ourselves with more belly fat, hot flashes, poor sleep. Isn't this just suck?
It does. I'm just
I
saying.
mean, this is like not fair, right?
And I'm sure that's exactly what you all are thinking.
Yeah.
Of, wait a minute. Like, I just need the answer of what to do. And that's
Yeah.
what Jenny's bringing to you today.
Yeah.
But yes, all those things that you just said,
Yeah.
people absolutely, their mindset would be, there's no way I'm doing this. I'm working out fast. I'm looking at my Apple Watch. Look how many calories I just burned.
Yeah.
But it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
I can't believe that you're escalating everything. And because again, your mind has got to be so frustrated. Your spirit has to be so dampened.
100%.
Wait a minute. Why do I still have hot flashes? Why won't this belly go away?
Yeah. Well, cortisol is a mean thing, you know, and stress, that is, you know, a lot of women go, well, I don't have stress. Well, you do have stress. If you're working out 90 to nothing, that's stress.
Yeah.
You know, that's stress on the body.
And you have said in the past weeks that there are a lot of women that you have met with that have said, I really don't have any stress.
Yeah.
And then you go through and find the
Yeah.
stress, sometimes in hidden ways.
Yeah.
Or it's right there in somebody's face and they are denying it, or they've become so immune to it that they don't realize that is what stress looks like.
Yeah. I think that's it. You just don't know what you don't know, you know?
But she does. And that's why so
Yeah.
many women have been saying, oh, well, then I need her in my life. That's why she's here for you. But I really want that individualized aspect. We're going to talk about something she's doing, by the way, before the holidays.
Yeah.
In just a second. Cheryl said, let's see. Did anyone watch 60 Minutes yesterday? The doctor went from oncology to longevity medicine. He reinforces diet and exercise as well as getting a full body MRI for early detection. Yeah, I love that. Hey, we did a whole
That's
show
great.
on head to toe. But a lot of it is once you're armed with what is going on, then you have somebody in your corner to say, okay, well, here's what, so this is what the doctor said. So that is what Jenny will do, by the way. She works hand in hand. You don't do blood panels, because somebody did ask me
Right,
that.
right.
But you have people in your team that you refer to, right?
Right.
And then once you have that, then you get a plan together for
Right.
them.
Yeah.
Okay, so if you're, and then again, she does do this for you, hair tissue mineral analysis, and that tells so much.
Yeah.
You want to do functional testing as well. She can do all these things for you.
Well, and there's going to be some new ones at the end of the year. Well, we'll say January.
Okay.
I'm going to bring in food sensitivity testing.
Oh, great.
And I'm going to bring in metabolic testing and also adrenal testing, because adrenals are one of the main things. You know, we talk about that a lot, and this is part of adrenal here too today.
Adrenal fatigue.
Yeah,
I told you,
yeah.
you and I both were in that,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, still
And did you
am,
say you
still
still are?
recovering.
And hey, I say that I'm not, I don't know. Jenny might be like, well, okay, I got a wake up call for you, Monica, because I'm just going through life thinking everything's hunky dory. If you're just tuning in, Jenny Gabriel, Marietta just said, help me. I can't wait to connect with you.
I would love to connect with you.
Oh, I just got chill. She's amazing, by the way.
Oh, don't. I just did too.
Oh, she is a woman of God, and you have got to know about her. Her beautiful journals and prayer journals that she does. Oh, they're gorgeous.
Love
I need to
that.
have her back on, by the way, because she's now doing something for young girls, which I love.
Oh,
So we're
awesome.
talking about when the workouts backfire. Now, what your body actually needs.
Oh,
So
yes.
this is the answers.
Yeah.
So as you're all saying, wait, I need help,
Yeah.
Jenny.
Yeah.
So what do we need then?
We need to go to that strength training, like we talked
And that's
about.
not only good for let's stress this.
Yeah.
Not only for what we're discussing today,
Right.
but osteopenia.
Yes.
Osteoporosis.
Yes. Yes.
Ladies, lift weights.
Yes.
Please.
It's huge. It's good for sarcopenia too,
Mm-hmm.
you know. So, and I see this with the archetype low. That's where everything's low and they're already in this. A lot of times I would consider this a postmenopausal woman, okay, where they're depleted, maybe not doing any kind of hormone help,
Mm-hmm.
whether that's BHRT, HRT, and they don't. There's just nothing there. They're going to be at higher risk for these things that we're talking about. So they need to be putting into place the cardiovascular things like walking, strength training, that gentle movement, either Tai Chi, yoga, stretching,
Chi. Yes.
Mobility stuff.
Water aerobics?
Water aerobics is great.
Good on the joints?
It's good on the joints. It takes that gravity part out. But yeah.
You were a marathon trainer.
Yeah.
Tell me this. Do you agree, and I don't know if I brought it up in the Faith in the Fields yesterday, or I was talking to somebody, maybe it was one of my clients, about doing the exact same motion. And just for me, in all my training, did I talk about that yesterday? The repetition of it and the wear down of the body and what I've seen in so many runners. So what we're really putting together, the formula for you, is transitioning and doing multiple things for the body, right?
Yes.
It's interesting because you can have someone who works out all the time, then suddenly they go play golf, and then they come back the next day going, why am I so sore? There's so many muscles and so many angles of the muscles that you can work that you can never repeat a routine.
Yeah.
And you just, oh, wow, look at that little muscle. Oh my gosh, look at this connecting muscle that's helping here. It's the small little muscles that are helping the big muscles. So there's a reason to do Pilates, but and yoga and stretching and all of that. But if you say cardiovascular and someone says, Jenny, I don't like walking, then what else would we tell them to do? Bike?
They could bike.
Recumbent bike,
They could recumbent bike if they don't,
Row?
Rowing's great.
Okay.
Yep. A rowing machine.
What do you think about an elliptical?
I like ellipticals, but again, we want to not
Overdo it.
Okay. And that's really, one of the things that's easy to do. But I cross-trained a lot of times in those elements that you just talked about when I was a marathon runner. And it's not about putting the intensity super high on those. It's just about getting the movement in. You want it to be challenging, of course, because what doesn't challenge you doesn't change you, right? So we want to challenge ourselves a little bit, but we
not
don't
over-challenge.
Yes, and there's a fine line in that.
So you know what? If you look at, and you were a trainer, if you look at zone training, where would you like them to be? In like 2?
2.
Yeah. So
Honestly, 2.
Okay.
Because when you started getting into like 3 and 4, 4's definitely hit. 3 can be hit
Endurance.
to some degree. Yeah.
So that might be the big wake-up call for you. So when you look at that, and if you don't understand zone training, it's the reason why I would tell you to get with a personal trainer, have them explain that. Let them help you along with that, because we don't want you under or overdoing it.
Right.
All right. Today we're talking about the overdoing aspect. So strength training for metabolism and for the bones.
Yeah, metabolism,
Ladies, understand that.
lean muscle mass too.
Low impact cardio, again, for stress and hormones. Mobility and flexibility. I am so big into this right now.
Yeah.
And I am actually trying to teach my 20-year-old clients, my 30, all the way up to my 95-year-old client, because we want to ready you for what's coming in life. I don't think enough people put emphasis on mobility training.
100% they don't.
And they're like, why am I so tight? Why did I have to have a hip replacement? What's wrong with my knees?
Yep.
You didn't understand that you can't just, like Jenny's talking about today, you can't just go push, 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 and never release.
Right. Yeah. And I would even throw balance in there too.
Oh, absolutely.
Because that's
and
a big
mobility.
good. Yeah. And external, I like to do a lot with hip rotation too. I'm sure you do a lot with that too, because that's one of the first places you lose range of motion is in our hips. So, especially women. Surprisingly
absolutely.
enough.
You're like, ow, why is that so tight?
Yeah.
All right. So again, if you are just tuning in, and if you missed any part of this, you can always go back to watch the whole show. We're talking about overdoing it. And I know you're getting frustrated because you're thinking you're doing the right thing, but you really are amplifying your symptoms. So if you're trying to get rid of the hot flash, you're trying to get rid of the belly fat, you're wanting to rest better. Maybe in their mindset, Jenny, they're thinking, if I overdo it and I just push, I'll exhaust myself and I'll sleep better.
Yeah. No, that's not how that works either, because your cortisol's high and that messes with your ability to sleep well. So you're going to have that 2 o'clock wake up or those multiple wake ups throughout the night.
They'll have a short burst of, I'm so exhausted, I'm falling asleep. Now I'm back up and I'm wide awake.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah.
That tired and wired feeling.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, again, another quick break. If you have any questions or comments you want to get with Jenny personally, I would love to follow you all on your journey. Those of you that have reached out or you've been in small groups. When we come back from the break, we're going to talk about signs you're overdoing it, movement that heals, again, is what we're talking about today, some shifting mindsets, and then try this now. Oh, what's that all about? Also, what is happening before the holidays? She's got you, and we'll talk about that when we return.
I was just on the Real Monica Adams show, and it was really a good experience for me. When I walked in, the building is just peaceful. The environment is beautiful here. Monica really made me feel welcome.
The Monica Adams show allows people to be themselves. It's really important to share kindness, to be real, to offer stories and things that will give people hope and a reason to smile.
Rather than waking up aggravated, disappointed, and wondering, where's this earth going, choose to wake up with something that'll put your mind and your heart in the right direction. Start with Monica.
Welcome back again to the Real Monica Adams Show. Looking over on Instagram, let's go to Faith. She said, great show. Always learn so much from you, Jenny.
Yay.
I had to back off working out so hard and have had a lot more success minimizing pain and feeling stronger mentally and physically. There you go.
Yes.
Faith, you
Love
got
it.
it. I'm glad that you're following that. Julie Fabian just said, tired and wired. I love that description. Rose, 95-year-old clients. I'm trying to get through 65. Yes, I want them to inspire you. So yes, it doesn't matter the age. Never stop moving, but make sure that you're moving the body in the right way and doing the right things for you. So if you're just tuning in, we're talking about overtraining and how you're actually working against yourself. And I know this is so frustrating because you think you're doing the right thing, but overtraining, that HIIT training mentality, and how nothing's changing, and you might even be gaining weight because you've got more cortisol and stress issues. So the signs you're overdoing it, they're fatigued, they're not sleeping well, right?
Yep. They're going to be fatigued. That stubborn belly fat thing's going to pop up again. We've got frequent injuries. You're noticing that you're injured more, or you have more soreness that doesn't go away. The lactic acid is just going to stay there.
Longer?
Yeah.
Okay.
The mood swings, the irritability, you're going to notice that. You're going to be snapping a little bit more. And then just it's taking you forever to recover.
Because
you just can't ever recover. You just don't ever get back.
So they just constantly feel like they're sore or hurting.
Yeah, or they're just not fully recovered, like they're fatigued.
I always like to give you praise. If you keep pushing through all of that, I mean, you're amazing, because most people would be like, I'm so done with this. This isn't working. I'm sore. Nothing's getting better. But you keep going back to the gym and you keep doing HIIT training. So we're breaking that. Okay. I know a lot of you, this might be new to you of, wait, I thought I had to do that.
Yeah.
Not in these symptoms. That's the thing she's stressing. Okay. So movement that heals. We talked about resistance training. Let's actually give them the equation of this. So you think that we should do 2 to 3 times a week of resistance training.
Absolutely.
And then we fill in the blanks with zone 2 cardio.
Yeah.
Right? All right. Exercise snacks. Number one thing I get asked all the time, Jenny. What are the best exercise snacks?
Okay. So great examples are going out at lunch, taking a 10-minute walk outside at lunch, walking while you're on the phone on the business call. I do this a lot.
Yep.
All right. Maybe prepping for a meeting. You can walk doing that. You want to not using the elevator, use the stairs instead. If you're in the parking lot, park further away from the door. Those are going to be all steps that we're getting in. And I always tell people, shoot for that 8 to 10,000 steps a day, right? That's what we want to shoot for. But I tell them it's from the time you get up until the time you go to bed. It's not like you do them all at one time.
Right.
Right?
No, actually, if you
spread them out.
That is what I like about the watches, because people will get this aha moment of, holy cow, how did I get all those in? Because you started implementing these changes.
Yes.
These short little, although you may in your mind think, does that really help?
Oh, yes. It does. Even housework. Housework's another great one.
Oh, I really wish that the Apple Watches put on there what laundry, put one that's vacuuming.
Right.
I've actually had it on all day long and went, 4,000 calories. Yeah. It would be, you would be shocked.
Yeah.
I mean, again, if you are working and you're doing all that all day long and then you're like breaking a sweat, what did I burn? Put it on. It'll actually help you. And I think it'll probably motivate you. Besides the exercise snacks, this is the question also that we get, which is, Jenny, what should I be eating in my actual snacks that are healthy?
I always tell people to choose protein with a good carb. Okay, never eat a carb naked. I think I've talked about this on the show before. We're going to put clothes on the carb, and those clothes are either protein or a fat of some sort. Okay?
So do you have some favorites?
So like apple with peanut butter or almond butter, whichever is your favorite. Please read the label on that.
Okay.
Okay, make sure it's not got a lot of junk in it.
Junk as in?
As in chemicals, like a lot of sugars and oils that are not supposed to be a part of it.
What are your favorite oils, by the way?
I love avocado oil, coconut oil, olive oil, extra virgin olive oil. Those are my favorite. Tallow's great to be cooking in. I also like to use real butter.
Yeah, absolutely. So, okay, so apple and maybe peanut or almond butter or sunflower butter, things like that?
Yeah, that's fine too.
What if they want to do one of those little cheeses? Do you like those?
Oh yeah,
little
cheese sticks
string
with
cheese?
like even you can even do that with an apple or a piece of fruit.
What about hummus?
I love hummus.
With vegetables?
Yesterday's hummus was so good.
We want her to bottle that up.
So bad.
So had stone soup, yes.
So bad.
Hummus you would put with vegetables?
Veggies.
Okay, so
100%.
The combination of that. So are we giving you some good ideas? Because I have clients that ask me all the time, can you give me the snacks I should be eating?
Yeah.
And as far as when they are going to do their workouts, what time frame should you be telling them to eat before and after that workout?
Well, okay, everybody's a little bit different on this.
Okay.
So I approach it a little bit differently. Some people like to actually work out in a fasted state when they're up early, but I wouldn't do really high intensity workout with that because that's going to cause major issues with muscle repair. But if they are going to do something like that, I even doing like a small bowl of oats, and you know where they come from.
Right.
Okay. Make sure we look at that because those have a tendency to carry metals with them. Okay. So really go the organic route, know where you're getting them from.
And make your own. Don't buy the packets.
Do
some overnight oats.
Overnight oats is a great one because you can actually put some protein and stuff in there too.
You are correct though, because you have to know your body. For me, I used to train and go, oh my gosh, I really need to eat something. And people would see me eating like a protein bar or I'd be drinking a protein shake during my workout. And they're like, you can do that while you're training? And I'm like, well, I can. See, my body says it's okay.
Yeah.
I don't want you getting sick and throwing up. So giving you some ideas. I love the fact that she also incorporates mobility and breath work daily. And we literally just talked about breath work yesterday.
Yeah.
The importance of breathing, meditation.
Huge.
Again, we're looking at the movement that heals and what happens.
Huge.
Rest equals medicine. We're not talking about laziness.
Yeah.
So when we're discussing not to do the HIIT training, we're not also saying just sit on the couch and not move.
Absolutely not.
Start to do the movement and put some of these things in place. Let's go to the mindset, by the way, because it's a big part of this. Mindset shift. Oh, I like this. You say from punishment
to partnership.
Meaning?
Meaning that we need to become in partnership with ourselves and our body and with what we're doing. Instead of looking at exercise, and a lot of people do, if they're not exercise people, they look at it as punishment. Oh, I have to do that. Gosh, I have to do that again. Oh, I've got to do this today with this, and it's all about looking at the glass half full or half empty. I'm always a half full girl, sometimes overflowing. You're laughing.
My cup runneth over.
But we've got to be in partnership with that. And we got to shift our mind because our mind is the most powerful thing in this, any kind of movement that we do. And
I like that you said that because it is. I mean, if you start, we also talked about changing the way we talk to ourselves and just changing our vocabulary and our language.
Yes.
So if you're saying, I have to go to the gym. Well, there are so many things in life of movement. You don't have to go to the gym. Dance.
Yeah. Oh, dancing's great.
It's unbelievable cardiovascular. And again, it gives you the happy hormone.
Yes.
So that's a good thing for you. If you don't like dancing, do Pilates, do yoga, do bar training. There's so many things that you should never feel that you're forced to do something.
Right.
I love to lift weights.
Yes.
There are different parts of cardio. If I had to pick between, it's always lifting.
Yeah.
I'm not a big fan of doing cardio, but I know how important it is. So I also don't rest a lot of times in between. unless I'm lifting heavier than I do. But there's so many things to do. But I also loved being introduced to barre. I love Pilates. Yoga, I need to do more and more of it, right? But I incorporate mobility. So it's really introducing yourself to something that you enjoy doing.
Yes, that's key. It's like find what that is that you enjoy doing because there's something.
Well, and
that
it's
you enjoy doing.
It's the same. I'm sure you would do the same thing when it comes to nutrition. We're not going to force you to eat something that you hate. It'll never work for you.
It will never work. You're just going to set yourself up for failure.
And there's so much out there. Again, there's so many types of movements you can do, and there's so much that you can eat as well. Julie just said, I love the hummus as well. Okay, so from punishment to partnership, slow and strong wins in menopause.
Yeah.
And exercise, folks, is for healing, not just for calorie burn. Well, it heals not just the body, it heals the mind, and it heals the spirit.
Yes.
Find that works for
Trifecta.
you. Yes. Okay, try this now. Okay, posture and mobility reset.
Yeah.
I love this. I was saying to somebody the other day that if you start really being in tune with your body, you'll feel that your shoulders are slumping forward.
Well, I find myself sitting here, I'll be going.
Yep. Constant. All right. So I'm having my clients do 5 movements right now that I can give all of you if you would like. We actually, they videoed me the other day. It's 100 reps, no weights in your hand, but I actually can take a picture or a video of someone before they do the 5, and you can see the rounded shoulders and the hump in the back. And then when they get done with it, you're taller. I mean, if I took it, you would probably gain about a 1/4 of an inch or a 1/2 inch.
Yeah.
All of that,
love that.
right? So lifting up. So standing tall, feet hip width apart. That's one thing.
Yeah.
So you're giving us ideas of trying these things and how you're feeling.
Yeah.
Right. And that's just one.
Yeah.
I also told them if you are constantly, I don't know if you think about this, it's just something I came up with in my head. If you're constantly looking, well, other people would have to look at you, but if they took a snapshot of you or a video of you, you would go, oh, I had no idea that was what my posture was. You would start changing. And one of the small things I have them do is take their palms up because it takes you back.
Yep.
Right. But if you look at people who are slumped over, trust me, their palms are always down, almost actually inverted where their thumbs are this way.
Yeah. Turned
Right.
in.
Or definitely resting on their quads this way. But if all throughout the day, if I'm talking to Jenny and all of a sudden I put my palms up, see, it just turned me back.
It automatically just makes you come.
Right. So this is again, small little thing. So you want us to also roll our shoulders.
Yeah. This is something they can actually do at their desk if they're working or whatever. You know, you can roll. Does that feel good? Like just really roll those up, down, and back.
Up,
down,
back.
and back.
All right.
Yeah.
Do that, what, a few times?
Yeah, like 3 times. You know, I mean,
should we do it multiple times a day?
Yeah, I think when you're feeling like you're kind of getting a little tight, if you're sitting at your desk or whatever, you don't even have to be sitting at your desk, but just like,
down. Okay. Oh, I like this one too. So interlace the fingers.
Yep.
Press the palms forward and stretch. Stretch.
Yeah,
and
that feels
open
really
the arms
good.
wide. Oh, I like the chest opener. You can also do this in a door frame. Yeah. Put your palms up against it and just let yourself feel like you're just going to drop into
that really opens the pecs up. Yeah.
So if you did do a chest workout and you're like, oh, I'm really sore, do that. That helps you. But even if you're not, these are small things that we're giving you to open up and feel better about yourself. Yeah. Try this now. Okay, so we also have, before we get into what she has planned for you before the holidays, your takeaway mantra. All right, so your little recap here. Movement is medicine when it heals, not when it hurts, folks. So choose strength over struggle.
Yep.
I like that.
Calm over chaos.
Love it.
And last, choose partnership.
Partnership with your body. Again, not punishment. Partnership with your body. Okay, so she's got something planned for all of you. As we get ready to go into Halloween, and before we talk about that, you all were talking and chattering as I was putting the news together this morning.
Oh,
how much candy is eaten?
Okay, so we were chatting and cackling and laughing before we went on air this morning. And so they say that adults eat 3 to 4 pounds of candy right around the Halloween holiday.
Who's saying this?
Well, it was on the news. I don't know.
Oh, you believe the news?
Well, it was on a radio station.
Okay.
The Highway, actually. And they were talking about it, and they had callers call in. And so this was part of the conversation. It was all around Halloween.
It was a recent study that was done.
Yeah, it was a recent study that was done. And so that adults eat 3 to 4 pounds of candy near the Halloween holiday. But then kids eat 3,500 to 7,000 calories
on Halloween night.
on Halloween night.
Okay, so that's interesting
That's
because
cray-cray.
when we so I don't know if you're all having your kids actually pull out of their little pumpkins or their pillowcases or whatever they're using. We used to use pillowcases. Pulling out and eating while they're going along. We didn't. We would go along to the houses, and when we come home, and then mom and dad should be looking through it. You shouldn't be eating all their candy at that point. You're actually looking through it to make sure there's no problems or anything bad that was put in there. But we all were told, okay, you can have this much and then put the bag away.
Yeah.
Right? And then you just have a little bit more and more and more. But I sit there and laugh now going, we outgrew our pumpkins to the point that we had to use a pillowcase.
Yeah.
And it was like half full.
Yeah.
What do you do with all that candy?
Well, Gabriel said he had a whole full pillowcase full.
I did. One year we went out so long. I don't even think we got in trouble because we went way beyond where we were supposed to go. And it was like 9:00 at night. And they couldn't find us. And then my cousin comes squealing around the corner. You guys are in so much trouble. Get back home. Yeah, that was about 3/4 full of. And I'm like, did we really eat all that? Dentists love Halloween, by the way.
They love Halloween.
Yay!
They're
keep
very
eating,
handy
kids.
at candy if you have a dentist
So,
on Halloween.
so we're getting ready to come in Halloween, obviously, this coming Friday. By the way, Beckett gave us the forecast. Does look pretty, by the way. A high of 60, and he's got some sunshine in there. So it could be a good Halloween for you. But Halloween into Thanksgiving, into Christmas, this is a crazy time period when we're trying to keep stress down.
Holiday chaos.
So you came up with something for us.
I did.
Stress for less.
Stress for less. And we're going to stress for less during the holidays. So it's a really super simple container that I came up with. And it's 21 days. You can actually, if you want to register this week, it's $97. Gabriel's going to drop that link in the chat. Okay. If anybody's interested, you can just connect there or just connect with me and I'll get you hooked in. But we're going to cover, it's going to be actually like this week is like a prep week, but it's mostly people registering. The prep week is actually going to include like the recipes and the meal plans. So like you can implement 3 weeks of stress relieving foods into your diet, right? Because that's going to be like the first week we're going to cover. And the first week starts November 3rd. Okay. Officially through the 23rd, which is right before Thanksgiving week. Yeah. So it's perfect. We're all going to be stress-free and know what to do. But that first week, we're going to talk about nurturing, the nutrition part and the foods that's going to help with the stress part. And then the second week, and mindset around that. Okay, so helpful tips around how to choose and those types of things, and nourishing the adrenals and the blood sugar handling part. Then in the second week, we're going to talk about mindfulness and meditation, where I'm actually going to give you some tapping instruction where you have links you can just click to learn how to tap, and then actual links that you can go through a tapping mantra with it. There's going to be meditation stuff on there as well. Can you tell them what tapping does for the body? Yeah, it releases the stress. I mean, like the nervous system. It calms the nervous system down and puts us back into that parasympathetic state. Some people gravitate to that more than they do breathing or meditation. So it's just another avenue. I have some clients that would much rather do that than breathing exercises. Right? So again, week 1, November 3rd through the 9th, food and nutrition for healthy stress. November 10th through the 16th is mindfulness and meditation and finding your inner calm. That's huge. And then week 3, November 17th through the 23rd. It's going to be nature, movement, and exercise. So there's just going to be some links dropped in there. There's going to be a 15-minute stretching video that you can have access to. And then there's going to be like a 3-hour nature music playing that you can play and go out and walk and listen to calm you. Or maybe you're just going to sit at your desk and do these exercises we just talked about implementing at your desk and listen to that for 5 or 10 minutes. But there's going to be a group chat area. So there's no specific call you have to be on, because I know people are getting into that busy mode. So now all they have to do is log into the portal. They'll have access to this each week, and then we'll have a group chat area where we'll discuss all the different things that are going on inside of those weeks. I told you she's got you. Yeah, I've got you. But utilize her. Don't go at it alone. That's something that we've been talking about a lot. That the main theme of today is don't overdo it, because you're working against yourself. Know that she's here for you. This show is here for you. Lean on friends. She brought her sister-in-law to our event yesterday. Get a family member together. Find an accountability partner.
partner.
Yeah.
It's really, I don't want you to ever think that you're having to do something alone. And for all of you that watched again live this morning, thank you for the comments and the questions that came in. I do want you to reach out to Jenny. Let her help you get involved in the 21-day Stress for Less. Again, the prep week that will be October 27th, getting the recipes and getting the plan ready. So you can sign up for this. Again, Zach, as well as Gabriel, have been giving you all the information of how you can join. So look at the comment section because Gabriel did just drop that in for you. Always a plethora of information. It's funny because I heard you saying, she always talks to Gabriel and Zach before we start the show, and she's always teaching Gabriel something. Every time she comes in, she's like, see, you'll learn something from me. Okay, so I'm gonna let you pick. What are you feeling that the world needs freedom from today? Do we need freedom from shame or depression or anger, overeating, or fear and anxiety?
Fear and anxiety.
Always picking fear and anxiety.
I know. I can't help that.
We're almost done with this.
And then I'm going to be forced to choose something else.
We only have 12 days until freedom. What is on tap for the next time that you're with us? Do you have that? If not,
question.
we're going to get it. So when we come back, we're going to do 100 days of freedom from fear and anxiety. We'll let you know when she'll be back and what we'll be discussing. So don't go anywhere.
When you want to feel good, you work out at Crunch. You don't go here, because here feels bad. But here, we help you feel good, feel strong, feel eliminated.
Join Crunch Fitness today.
Welcome back. Thanks again for tuning in on this Medical Monday. I hope you learned something. Take the show, by the way, share it with your followers. You know what? The greatest thing you can do, though, is not just share without any context in front of it. I see a lot of shares, and I love that, but it's an individual comment from you to your friends and your followers. Maybe you even put a point in the show of, oh my gosh, Jenny and Monica talked about this right here. Don't miss that part. That really gets them clicking instead of they'll think, well, why are you sharing the show? What part of it do I need to watch? Hopefully they watch all of it, but give them something that really was an aha moment for you, okay? Jenny picked 100 Days to Freedom from Fear and Anxiety. We're on day 88 of this one. Great books, these daily devotionals from Stephen Arterburn. So this is called Lord of Peace. May the Lord of Peace himself give you his peace at all times, and in every situation, the Lord be with you all. That's 2 Thessalonians 3, verse 16. Prince of Peace. It's one of the names used to describe Jesus. And in this passage, the Apostle Paul refers to him as the Lord of Peace. What a great description, by the way. Someone who can provide peace and is peace. That is Jesus. This promise of peace is for you at all times and in every situation. Do you need to hear it today? Is peace elusive for you? Anxiety can rob us of the peace and cause us to fret about things that are beyond our control. We can trust these things to the Lord of peace because, after all, he is faithful. And if you're experiencing a storm in your life, Jesus is the peace in the midst of your storm. Are you fearing the unknown future? You can trust it to a known and powerful Lord. When we accept the peace of God, it's a gift to be opened every single day for you, sometimes each minute of the day. The challenge is for you to accept the gift of peace that he's offering you. Thomas Merton said, we are not at peace with others because we are not at peace with ourselves. And we're not at peace with ourselves because we are not at peace with God. Michelle Bankston said, God's peace is not the calm after the storm, it's the steadfastness during it. And Billy Graham says, Christ alone can bring lasting peace, peace with God, peace among men and nations, and peace within our hearts. He transcends the political and social boundaries of our world. He loves you and wants you to experience peace and life abundant and eternal. Today's prayer, Lord of Peace, I pray that I will experience your peace every day of my life and help me to trust you in the storm, knowing you will make all things right. Amen. It really goes kind of into what I talked about yesterday during Faith in the Fields, which is, are you willing to turn it all over to him? Let go and let God. It's probably one of my favorite sayings. Okay, so once again, if you are just tuning in and you missed the whole thing, it's a Medical Monday that we do with Jenny Gabriel with JG Optimal Wellness. Again, reach out to her. I know I love when all of you come back and go, oh, I just love her. Okay, well, let her enter into your life and take care of you. Marietta, I can't wait for her to work with you. I love that woman, the girl of prayer. So you two are going to connect on so many levels. Free assessment call right there. That's the QR code. Joining the Menopause Belly Secrets page as well. So Jenny will be back with us. The date is
November 10th.
November 10th.
And we're going to talk about finally first reclaiming you in menopause, because this is your season to stop pouring from an empty cup.
Okay. So literally, we say all the time that we do for everyone else. We don't do for ourselves. And then you just feel like it's the resentment that takes place, right? And you're just like, I'm empty and I need a drink out of this cup and there's nothing left in it.
Yeah.
Tomorrow, you're going to like this. Tomorrow, I have Lauren Ashley Whitaker on. She is a therapist, certified Daring Way facilitator. What's that? Well, we'll ask her. A yoga instructor, a AmeriCorps Vista alum. She is with Sea Change Health and Wellness, and she wants to talk about mindset, addressing aspects like controlling your mindset, fear and how it takes over and leads to perfectionism. I talked about this yesterday. Fear of failure, gratitude and its importance, negative mindset talk. There's so much about this, and depression and getting men to talk, many levels of mindset training. So that's tomorrow morning show. Can't wait for that. My friend, great to see you.
Great to see you as always.
And to all of you, thank you so much for being a part of the show. Remember, share this with all of your friends and family. Don't keep it to yourself, because you can help all those that are suffering with this. Thank you so much. And remember, the greatest thing you can be in life is kind. Spread that like crazy and watch how the world changes. God bless you all.